In 1998, the Indian passenger car industry marked a century of existence. Yet, despite this extensive history, the market's performance remained far below that of its global counterparts. The root of this stagnation was the license raj. A complex layer of government acts protected the industry from external competition, which inadvertently stifled domestic innovation and development. During this period, the government viewed the passenger car not as a tool for mobility, but strictly as an unaffordable luxury for the elite. This created a lopsided power dynamic. Manufacturers held a complete monopoly, forcing customers to seek out dealers to purchase low-quality vehicles that were often backed by inefficient service. The environment changed in 1993 with the liberalization of the Indian economy. The passenger car industry was deregulated, allowing both domestic and international companies to enter the market. This deregulation rewrote the rules of trade, ending the supplier monopoly and establishing the era of modern consumer power. Post-1993, the industry grew more than 10 times over in a single decade. By the late 90s, growth rates for passenger vehicles were hitting 30%. While rising incomes were a factor, the boom was largely driven by a fundamental shift in the mobility needs of the general population. Demographics played a major role as well. The middle, upper middle, and high-income groups expanded to cover over 65 million families. The final catalyst for this expansion was the widespread availability of cheap finance, which provided the liquidity necessary for the masses to enter the market. This influx of newly financed middle-class buyers created a market structure that looks very different from the mature markets of the West. In developed nations, the mid-range segment is the primary driver of sales. In India, however, the economy segment accounts for the largest share of the cars on the road. This table shows the Indian market segmentation. A-class is dominated by entry-level models like the Maruti 800. B and C-class economy segments face the lowest competitive threats due to massive demand. This contrasts sharply with the D-class premium segment, facing intense competition over low volumes. Success in the Indian automotive space requires dominance at the high-volume dan of the pyramid, rather than the premium top. Maruti Suzuki established itself as the primary market leader within this unique structure. They achieved an 83% share in the economy segment and became the first company in India to mass-produce and sell over 1 million cars. To see what drives this dominance today, we can look at a consumer case study from the Delhi region that examines why people choose the cars they do. Table 1.1 shows that Maruti dominates consumer mindshare at nearly 28%, significantly ahead of competitors like Hyundai or Tata. The study also found evidence of high brand loyalty. Once a consumer selects a brand, they tend to stay with it for a very long period, making initial acquisition absolutely critical for manufacturers. Marketing is a major driver of acquisition. 50% of respondents are highly affected by promotional efforts. While reliability is a top concern, the price factors table shows specific schemes and discounts actually influence final purchases. Over the last 30 years, the power dynamic has fully shifted. Automakers no longer operate in a protected vacuum. They must provide accessible finance, ensure proven reliability, and offer aggressive deals for a consumer who now dictates the terms of the market.